Hello, my friends. We'll be starting shortly in few minutes. So, hello, everybody. Today, I'm going to try to speak a little bit about my movie and how it goes and how I'm making it. I hope that you follow me, and if you like this video, uh, please like it, and if you want to see more about this content, please subscribe to my channel. So, in these few days, I couldn't make any. I wasn't able to make any live streamings, but I did some things in my on my project. We were left at the moment where I was doing some kind of futuristic city that is here, something like that, and but then I started working a little bit on some animations. So if you have followed my channel, you will probably know that last animation that I did. Let's see if I can show you here. It was all about transition from one world to another with some kind of disappearing effect. Because this movie speaks about parallel worlds, and there are many transitions between those parallel worlds. So let's see if we can find this last movie. Yeah, this was one of the last movies. So, as you can see, we have here this transition that was made with shaders, where this car disappears. Into nothing. And then next scene should be the scene where we have this car reappearing. So I have used the same shaders that I've used before. If you check my previous streams, you can watch them all. And what I did here is that I made a new timeline. It's called Timeline Future City. I will probably have to move it here. Nice thing about Unity is that you can move those objects in hierarchy in any place where you want. So I have made this small animation where this car falls. It was a pretty, in some way, difficult animation to do, and I have feeling mostly with this car animation. But if you look here, not on a game view, but on a screen view, you will see that probably this car does move really realistically, or no, it is quite plausible, but when I used the camera it didn't work really well. So I have added some smaller adjustments to the camera, so that when, for example, when a car hits here, I'm just doing some animations, and you can see here on the camera rotation that I have some curves that are simulating some kind of bounce effect also on the camera. So yeah, in this way. But this probably, when you look at it in a real-time screen without motion blur, it can be seen so really well. So it's best. It is best when when looked in a final animation. So in the final animation, it looks something like this. You can see that when it gets rendered in with some good motion blur, it becomes much more organic. And from here I will be trying to do some different animations. At the moment, the idea of having a car to go from to enter into a scene and to stop wasn't actually scripted. So I went into some kind of sort of improvisation because I have tried to do many things with this car, like, okay, let's continue, let's change the camera and things like that. But it actually, I actually didn't like it. So good thing about real-time graphics and is that you can actually work in real time and change your script ideas, and see how they look in real time. So, for example, I have decided that I will need here probably one small, like, okay, car is breaking down, is braking, and it stays still, and then it comes, it turns on engine and continues. Maybe there will be some kind of dialogue in between, but this shouldn't last too much. It should be just a small pause between one scene and the another, because first scene is a whole chase, and I just want to create some kind of dynamics into this. Yeah, so it's like, okay, I'm standing here. Okay, so car goes here, and then he starts, and then So as for today, I'm really not sure what I want to do, because I'm not sure if I want to continue with this scene, on animating this scene. But animation is probably one of the things that uh, aren't so interesting to see when they are done, because you have to do many iterations on animation, and it's a slow process. So I I'm not sure. Yeah, I will probably try to. Yeah, but I will probably try to make some uh, simple animations from here, and then go into my city and see what is happening. So, as you probably know, I don't have any plans on how I'm doing these streams. I'm just turning on my my cameras, and I'm trying to stream everything that I do. So please forgive me if there is some if it is slow. At the end, I will probably do. I wanted also to make a movie that takes most important places from all these streams, and make one single movie about how it was done. Dave Kite, looking interesting. Thank you, Dave. And please, if you have any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to ask, because main idea about this streaming is that we can all share some experiences and some opinions. So actually, why I started doing, I should probably say, because I never said this thing. Why I started doing the streams. I have started doing the streams because at this moment of some changes in our society with the COVID emergency, I have found myself with a lot of time that I simply I have used before in working and in sharing my knowledge with my part of the industry. But I was working a lot in the event industry. And event industry is a pretty dynamic world, where you have to produce big amount of content in a really short time. So it's mostly like, okay, let's make this animation in one day before one event starts. So I was mostly working in this kind of way, pretty stressful and but also interesting. This is the world that gives you much of the satisfaction if you are inclined to challenge yourself. So I was working in this industry for many years, but with the COVID emergency and lockdowns here, especially in Italy, I have left. I stopped working in this kind of things. So right now I'm trying just to share all my knowledge and to challenge myself and to find some other ways to, how to say, to look at all those things that probably were done differently before and could be done in some other manner. So this is live stream about virtual production, about production that can be done in a home, a simple home with a simple computer and with simple graphic card without any need for rendering clusters or pretty complex setups. And it can be also done with a free software like Unity, and so I'm expecting that this kind of work will be a future of a production and a new way to think about how some things can be done, how to optimize any workflows and do some things in a manner that is more almost like single person work that is quite different than for example, Hollywood industry, that is an industry where many people work on projects. On projects that are also long to do and that are complex to do. So yeah, so let's see what can we do here. So this is our scene. So from here I wanted my car to stop. And I'm not sure if somebody... Morten Trick, faster, don't have all night. Okay, I'm sorry, but as I said before, it's not about being fast, it's about doing things. So I'm really not trying to do things fast. So okay. Here we are with this car, and I wanted this car to here also change my camera view, and I wanted this car that is here to start moving. Let's see, where is my car? My car is here. So I will go into my timeline, select this so that it doesn't disappear. It is really important to block your timeline when you're working with a timeline, because otherwise it will always appear and disappear. So I will go here into my car. We have here car animation. I will activate this car animation and look here, open my animator with double clicking, and here I will just add another add key, just keys to be sure that my car doesn't move from here on, so that it starts moving after this. And after this I will be going here and trying to move my car into a position that is something like that, as if it rotates. Okay, yeah, something like. Okay, let's see how it goes in. No, I will have to make it move a little bit slower, because I want that it has some kind of acceleration. Yeah, something like this. You can. I'm always using curves for this type of things, because with the curves you can really move, you can decide in a better way how you want to move your car. So this should be okay, something like that. And from there I will be adding another keyframe here, probably something like that. Let's control if height of a car is correct. Yes, it is. And then I will just do some rotations. So this way we have a car that is accelerating. So it goes from here. Oh, yeah. Okay. And then I will be adding another keyframes here at some point here. Okay, something like that. Yeah. And let's say I'll try also to follow this line so that it always accelerates in this kind of a movement. Good thing about Unity is that you can control all those curves. Okay, so this should be pretty good animation for now. Then I will be going further and always trying to move this car somewhere up. Wait, where it is, where it should be. Yeah, somewhere here. To move it like that. Don't forget that it's really important to iterate on your animation. So first iterations usually are really rough. Like you can see here that I'm doing things that are really you know, like, oh, it doesn't look okay. So, but it doesn't mean anything. So, what I will be trying to do here is to move this curve, because right now I don't have any idea on how this car should move. But I will move this curve so that that it looks almost right. So this is something that I want, that I need. So this curve looks in some way, yeah, mostly right. Let's see if this car will probably, yeah, as you see just right now that it went into a here, so I will have to move it up and to correct frame by frame on some places, you know, like. And then I will try also to, something like that. I will try also to correct in some places its position, but I'm actually not so much about doing it absolutely correctly, because this is just a movie. So you can always hide some things with some other points of view. Okay, so yeah, here, let's go here. Dave Kite, HDRP or URP? In this case, I'm working with HDRP workflow, and it's one of the first projects where I'm actually using HDRP. And for me, it's a little bit of experimentation because HDRP gives you many new possibilities, but it also has some still has some problems on some features of Unity that actually doesn't work as they should. So you have to think always that HDRP is an experimental thing in Unity, so it doesn't support everything that other workflows support. So yeah. Okay, so my car right now went here, but you can see that as this curve, yeah, I have made one smaller mistake, probably because I have here, yeah, you have always to use, you can see right now, like this, yeah. I will also try to match those curves between this line and this line so that it goes, no, it doesn't go correctly. And then I'm not interested into this last keyframes, so I'll be canceling them. Also for rotation, I'll be canceling them. So this car goes here. Yeah, we have to control its position also. Let's see, in this keyframe it's correct. In this keyframe it isn't. So I'll be changing its position here. Okay, so this should already match somewhat. And then I will be going again here and doing something like that. Yeah, also one of the things that I'm also doing a lot is that I'm not making my movie absolutely in Unity. So for example, if you're making a game, you should probably do you should probably do some things, change your shots directly in Unity. In my case, I'm not doing this because I will be always using external programs, as we have editors that will be editing this film. So I'm doing things that could be done with a camera, and so yeah. You can see right now that I have some problems here in this part of the animation because I have here okay, yes, I think that I have some keyframe somewhere. No, let's see, a line for yeah, we have to check a little bit. Here's some keyframes. Probably I could correct this one. Okay, position, no, okay, no, okay, yeah. You can see that this line isn't animated correctly. So no, this is horrible. Okay, I have, no, sorry, I have two keyframes here, and this will corrupt my, how to say, corrupt my curve. So I'll be doing something more like this. Yeah. But I will also have one of the things that are good in Unity is that you can go here and click on this and move your keyframes to move your your position to a keyframe. So I'll be using something like that and then using it like this. So this could probably work for me. No, it doesn't work. Okay, because here we have a keyframe that isn't aligned with the surface, so I'll be correcting this. And here we have 2 frames, and this will be also changed. Yeah, we have to change those ones. Yeah, following this thing should be best if I made some kind of a script, a simple script, like I did before for. But as I don't, as I actually don't want too much of this animation to be there in a. Yeah. I will just try to match it mostly with the curve positions. So by doing something like that. So let's see if it okay. So I will be trying to do something like that. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. I have added. This is a problem when you don't look. You create new keyframes that shouldn't be there. Okay, so yeah. So let's make it rough. So and then I will be trying to just to correct those issues. So yeah. David, what are you using for video edits then? I'm using. I'm most exporting everything from here as ARRI Alexa profile or Blackmagic profile camera. So it's XZR files that keep a dynamic range of. HDR dynamic range, and then I'm importing all those things into DaVinci Resolve, and then I'm doing all the edits. But mostly, yeah, at the moment I'm doing edits by myself, some of the edits, but there are also some edits that were done, for example, movie that I've showed before was done by creator of this story for this movie, and yeah, so it's at the end it should go to editors to edit, so it's normal workflow. So for a movie you want to have as much material as possible so that it can be edited later, and that production or any person that editors can make some changes. And you also want to make changes because if you're working by yourself, you aren't able to see it with a fresh eyes. So you always need an editor. You always need someone who can save your work from your own things, that from your own errors. So uh, you, for this reason, it's always better to make much more material than try to edit. So I'm mostly doing same shots from different angles, and then trying to see how they match. Yeah, I think it's something like that. Dave, cool. I used to use Premiere, moved to DaVinci, but not really use much at the moment. Yeah, DaVinci is much better program. I have used for 20 years Premiere, and right now I have started using DaVinci, and it's a completely different story. Mostly also because the DaVinci doesn't cost too much. It doesn't have those restrictive prices like Adobe, and also yeah, it is really, if you have a good hardware, like I'm having, like good graphics cards, it works exceptionally well. It is so fast that it changes really my life. DaVinci is incredible part of the software, really. I'm mostly using everything from Blackmagic, like you can see here. I'm using a switcher that, like, this is a simple tool for doing those streams and things like that. And I have there one Blackmagic camera. From the other side I have another. Yeah, we can see it right now, but yeah, there is another Blackmagic camera, so it's incredible device. For anyone who is into a virtual production, it is really a must-have. At least for virtual production that is on a budget. So you can always have better equipment, but you have to pay hundreds of, yeah, probably hundreds of times more. So yeah, let's go here and just change all those things for the final animation, because right now what I want is actually that I want that my car comes into this point, and this will be animation that I'm doing today probably, that comes into this point. Yeah, so it's rotation. Yeah, I will be changing here, deleting this. Sorry. Yeah, I have some keyframes. Yeah, no, okay, no, it's okay. But let's see, what can we do here? Okay, I will be deleting this keyframe. And yeah, and then I will go. Oh, sorry. I think that it couldn't be seen on the screen. So yeah, something like that. So that my car moves mostly constantly. Should never move actually constantly, because you're always changing somewhat your speed. So this is the problem also with the movements of a camera. It shouldn't be something that can be noticed. Yeah, so this car moves here and then it goes there, and it should be already down, somewhat down, yeah, somewhere here. And I will rotate it, something like that. So for a moment I will keep it simple. It's not too simple, but let's see how it looks from here on. So the car goes here, yeah, then it starts, wrong, okay. Okay, this is something that I actually want. Or this is the moment when I actually want to, I'll be following this car, watching mostly down on the road, and then I would want to show all this city. So this is a moment that should be a wow moment in some way. So it's like, okay, we are not anymore in a city that is something like 60s. We are now at a modern city. So yes, I will turn off animation for a car, and then I will go into my main camera animation. So we have here, if you can see it here, well, if you can see it well here, okay. So my car starts going, and then I will be following this car with my camera. I had here one keyframe of a position, but it's not wanted, and I will activate recording here, and then I will be moving my camera somewhere. Oh, wait, where is, okay, yeah, here is the car, okay. I'll be moving my camera here. So, but you will see that it doesn't follow actually, okay, because my keyframes aren't perfectly aligned. Okay, I will have to copy this and see when my car starts here, then I will move it here. Okay. Well, why doesn't move? Okay, because you can see right now that everything here goes mad. Completely copy because of interpolation. Okay, now I have copied and pasted something that shouldn't be correct. So, yeah. Yeah, this animation looks pretty ugly and lousy. So one of the things that I could do here is actually, I will be moving this. No, I will be keeping this. Something like that. But I want to actually move this a little bit forward so that camera moves a little bit slower than the car, and then I will be turning my camera. You can use always global axis, that is better to use because it's easier to no, it's not better in our case, but in my case I will be using this kind of a thing, okay, so that my camera looks onto a car, and then let's see where my car is right now. Yeah, then I will be trying to move my camera down and not to fall and try to follow actually our car. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I will have to probably move a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, let's move it even more down. Hi, Ian. We are nice. We are fine. Thank you for coming here. So let's see here. Yeah. So right now I want to move my camera more. Yeah, somewhere here because I don't want to show this city still. So I'll be moving my camera down and let's see how does it work. Yeah. Yeah, we have to correct some. Okay, let's say that this can go somewhere. Okay, I think it should. Wait a second. Round. I'm sorry, I'm making these sounds because I'm always trying to make some sounds because this can help you understand better how things work. Because sound is a really important thing in audiovisual communication, mostly effects, because sometimes your animation could look really ugly and it almost doesn't work. But if you add a good sound onto the top of it, it becomes really good animation. So you shouldn't ever separate good sound from animation, because a sound is a part of animation. It's part of a physics. Animation is a lot about physics, about how we experience our world, and sound is a part of a physics. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so my car moves here. Okay, we have it here. Okay, I don't like it right now because it doesn't look into a correct direction, but it was because my height of a camera wasn't correct, so I will be doing something like that. Okay, and this should. No, wait. Ah, no, I'm sorry. I forgot to. Yeah, this is a ugly thing about keyframes when I'm animating with keyframes, that you forget maybe to. Okay, so. Okay, so also here I don't like it here, so this camera right now looks there, but I want it to look. Even if sometimes you can even use it like that, because many times, in cinema, yeah, it could eventually work also like that. It's not said that it shouldn't work. Because with a motion blur, I think that it should work pretty well. Yeah, something like that. Let's go here. Let's see what happens. So here we should see whole city. Okay, now. Oh my god. Yeah, it wasn't a good choice at the moment. Let's see. No, because I didn't. Oh, I think that we could even. No, let's see. No, this one isn't the best choice, but probably here. Yeah, probably here we will have just to add it a little bit before. Okay. Okay, and let's move this camera only now. So okay, we are having their flying car, but it okay. So we will have to correct this thing because this car shouldn't fly. And here we will have flying cars, but this one isn't. Thank you, Dave Kite writes. I really like how effective your background is. Background of yeah of of a movie or my background here. So let's correct this camera animator. Okay, I will go into this one and then change next keyframe because we have here flying car. That isn't okay. Where it is? Okay, this is our car. So I will take it down a little bit. Yeah, the city, if you want to see how this city was made, yeah, Dave Kite wrote, both lol. But I meant the city backdrop. Yeah, the city backdrop is my own asset that I'm selling on Asset Store. It's a seascape city. That is a procedural city that you can so if you look my one of the previous videos that I made, I was explaining a little bit how it works and how you can use it to make nice backdrops or even cities where you can go inside, because you know when you go into this city you can even have you know, like uh, interiors and things like that. You know, you can see here for everything from interiors to many things that are pretty interesting to use. So I was explaining a little bit more about this on the previous video. So let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. Just change this one a little bit. I will push it down, just correct it a little bit. You will see, if you watch one of my previous videos, you will see that I have a script that automatically turns my wheels in a base of a distance that was traveled. It's a pretty simple script, and if you need it, I can always share with anyone that script. Dave Kite, yes, I know of Cityscape. Expensive, I think. City has more detail than I thought. Well, expensive. Actually, for amount of the things that it has, I don't think it's expensive. I think that it's probably mostly underpriced. But okay, let's do like this. I will be giving in next few days my next streaming for everyone that comes. I will be sharing a free seascape for everyone. No, not for everyone. For a first one that sees it and inserts it into a Unity Asset Store. So if you are following me, you can get it for free. Also, if you are a student or something like that, don't hesitate and ask me. I will give you always a free copy. It's not a problem, because I prefer, like if you're not doing a job and you want a copy of Seascape, I can always give you, but just please give me some explanation about why do you need it, and some your, like, how to say, credentials, like, okay, so that I know that I'm not giving to someone that will use it for work and or to share it with other people, to share it on some yeah. So this, okay, this is my scene. Okay, David Keitel, work in the more natural scenes myself. Yeah, of course. Well, I made a seascape. This is probably interesting. Sorry, it's as almost any other my tool that I made, Decker Render, Seascape, or VR Panorama, because I needed those tools to I have made those tools for myself, and then afterwards, when I showed it, many people asked me, "Okay, I want this tool," so I have started selling them for online on Asset Store. So the main reason is that, for example, Seascape I made because I needed, as I was working, as I said today, I was working in the event business, and you always, in that business, you always have to work with corporate with big corporate events, and they are mostly always needing some big cities. And I always had a problem, like, okay, I'm doing a city, but I want to animate it in real time. And most of the assets that contain big cities were extremely heavy for rendering. So it's like thousands of megabytes of gigabytes of textures, and even then they were really heavy, and also thousands of materials. So I bought many assets for making cities and nothing for uh, city models, and nothing worked for me. Nothing worked for me as because they didn't have some features, or they didn't have some good looking things, so they were really heavy. So I made this seascape that practically uses only some 100 megabytes of textures for example for this city, but everything is procedural, so you can change things, and you can easily adjust it for your personal liking. So yeah, this was that was why I made it. So if you didn't see how it works, for example, I have here my city that right now is you can see, for example, this is one building. Okay, I can change this building. I can modify it. I can no, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not showing you. I can take this building. I can scale it. I can change it, its facade, for example. Let's see. This is for changing facade. Okay, for changing facade cars, for changing. Yeah, see this one. For example, this changes how like looks of a building. So you have many things that you can modify here, and then eventually use it. And it actually, even if it uses if it looks three-dimensional, it's actually just few polygons, so it doesn't have anything much complex. Dave Kite, oh, I didn't realize that you made a Decker render. Good work on that, by the way. The renders I've seen look impressive. Yeah, Decker renders is another thing that I made because I was I have started working on. I wanted to recreate some scenes of a Blade Runner, new Blade Runner movie, just for sake of doing. So I made, as I understood in that work, that I wasn't able to achieve some really photorealistic things. I have started working with Deckard. And actually, first version of Deckard was done in few weeks, and because I needed something that will be capable of how to say of just adding that filmic look, and that filmic look is made from good motion blur and some yeah, better depth of field and things like that. Even if we can now simulate pretty well everything but it's not, we are not still there, you know. It's pretty hard to simulate really filmic action into so if you look this animation, okay, I will show you this. So this goes, yeah, it's pretty 74 frames per second. Yeah. Of course, it's not on YouTube, it's not in that, but you will see that it looks mostly different than this animation here. This is done with Decker render, and it has a really different amount of emotion. So yeah, this was something that I made for those reasons. So okay, yeah. Right now, as we have this part that should be pretty organized, pretty okay. I will be going into finding, let's see, where is my car in this frame, and we have these parts of that I actually want to move. Street barrier, this and this street barrier. I will be creating 2 animation tracks for those 2 objects, and when my car hits those, I will be just moving them. Let's see, something like that. Yeah, also I will just create a keyframe because I need some keyframes for this one and for this one. Okay, yeah, something like that. And then on the next keyframe I will be moving this animation. Yeah, all this can be also animated with a simple, how to say, with a simple physics. We have, for example, in Unity, Unity recorder that can record physics animations. But I mostly like to do it myself, so that I can control it better, because if I'm doing some kind of a physical animation, yeah, so let's see, like that. Let's see and move this one. If I'm animating everything with physics, it could look well, but it's when you're making a movie, you want that everything is somewhat controlled. So, like this. And this one could go yeah, so it even sometimes animating with keyframes can have some kind of I don't know, of a nicer look. Not nicer look. Even if it's more fake, it could look probably not so much. Okay, yeah, I will have to. Okay, so here we have a car. Here our camera goes up. And then I will, no, wait, then I will be trying to follow my, yeah, I will try to follow my car from here on. Okay, so something like that. let's see. Up, down. No, I didn't like this one. No, I would probably like it more if it didn't move. So let's do another thing. Let's look at this camera. Yeah, I will do something like that. So I will be adding here camera field of view. I will be copying this. Yeah, and I will be zooming on this car. I think that it could be more effective in this case. Oh, no, wait a second. No, why? Okay, so here we should have this. Okay, because I have here two keyframes. Okay, I have here two keyframes. Okay, copy, and I will have to copy this one now. Okay, and then I will have to zoom on this. Let's see. Da, 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 da. But I'm not sure if I want also this. No, I don't want it. No, I think that I will keep it like it was. So, no. So that this camera stays here, but I will be, yeah. So, just to take off this unnatural movement, I will be just moving this one further away. Something like that. Yeah, okay. That should be right. And then in editing we can do many things. Yeah, something like that. So let's see. No, I said it. No, I have started rendering, but I didn't want that one. Okay, so let's see. The car stops. There will be a dialogue. Then we have this one. Okay, so this goes. Okay, and now we can see a city. Yeah, probably I would want just a little bit that my camera moves into a city. So let's change this one. Okay, something like that. And where is my camera? Okay, here, and I will be moving that one a little bit into a. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Oh no, I forgot to activate. Yeah. But you will see right now that my camera goes under because they are interpolating curves. Yeah, I will just move it here. Okay, something like that. And we have to just adjust curves into this one. I think, yeah, something like that. So right now we have pretty rough animation, but this is because I mostly don't have any rotation on this camera, so I will be just adding some here just to try to simulate a little bit of yeah, also here this one doesn't go well. Yeah, one of the main problems that I'm having right now is that I'm using a big screen, but right now to be able to stream everything I have to use only one part of my screen, so it's a pretty annoying thing. Yeah, something like that. Okay. This car goes, okay. Yeah, something like that. And then I will be switching to another camera. I think that it could be fine. But it actually isn't what I wanted to do. This is somewhat something that I like right now. So it's not like, okay, I'm doing one thing that... Because you can end into doing something that you probably didn't think even to do. So what I did also here, if you have followed my previous version, is that I have made some kind of animation. No, I have made some kind of animation here, but then I have started to add, started adding elements to this scene. So I have added all those things that are just creating a little bit of more of, how to say, more things that are happening. So those things can also work as something that creates a movement, because if you're looking here from here to here, it almost looks like a car doesn't move. But if you place some objects on the side of the road, you will start noticing that that everything moves. So this is one of the things that I'm always trying to add when I don't have to deal with the games. So it's like, okay, I'm not making any games. When I make a game, in that case, of course, you don't want to put too many objects. You have to use some parsimony for that kind of things. But you can see right now, if I add here those objects, you can see already that everything looks like it moves much faster. You are adding some kind of dynamics that otherwise wouldn't be there. So all those things are important when you're dealing with 3D animation, like or virtual production. You have to add some things. Yeah, you see. Okay, so just this adds much more dynamics into a scene. So I will be also trying to add. I will be also duplicating. Okay, no, I want here a little bit of color diversity because color changes, because I don't like that everything is so orangey. No, I like it, but for my scene, yeah. So like, okay, so in this way we can create some more, yeah, something like that. And then I will be adding one of those nice elements like that I had here. Wait, where it is? Oh yeah, maybe we can try even duplicate this one. Yeah, all those things are from an asset that I bought, that is a Dark City or Unity asset store. So it's not my content. These objects. That asset is much more complicated, but I have used only some objects of that asset because I needed them, and I'm using them almost as a backdrop. Yeah, something like that. Also, I can see that this building, I'm not convinced by it. So I will be, no, not that I'm not convinced, but I need some more, probably some kind of something that adds some kind of, yeah, something like this. I think this should be fine. So that when we see this building, we can understand that it's some kind of, I don't know. So this car goes, yeah, okay, okay. And I think that I probably have a need here for one another keyframe for my camera. Yes, probably here, okay. I will be also, okay, yeah, somewhere here. Because I don't like how it behaves in this moment. Okay. Let's see if we can move it a little bit. Yeah. I know. I don't like it here also. I'm not sure about this moment. So I will be just putting it a little bit lower. Let's see those curves. Yeah, something like that could go. Okay, and then I will be just doing some kind of I want some shaking here. Yeah, something like that. Just to add some kind of natural motion. So this should be, yeah, and also here a little bit of yeah. So this. Yeah, I'll be also probably doing some other things here. When this hits here, it should have probably some kind of a bounce, this street barrier. Yeah, this street barrier, let's see where it is. Yeah, street barrier. No, this other street barrier. Okay. Well, I think it's not perfect, but I think that it should be. Yeah. Then I will want to add some flying cars. This because this is a city, futuristic city. So yes, let's see. Right now I will be rendering this out with Deckard render, 320 frames, 320 frames. Let's see, 320 frames. Okay, and Deckard view. Let's shrink it. No, and let's set it onto yeah, but I also wanted to change a little bit of those angles of field of view. Main camera curves. Let's see if we can just, because I wanted to have no, wait a second. Would just be want to move this up. Yeah, something like that. And here we'll have to take some audio effects. Okay, then I will render this out. 320, okay, and JPEG, render animation. Dave Kite, I used to work in game dev. What are you doing now? Yeah, so right now I will be rendering this out. It will take some time because I'm rendering into a best possible quality. With Deckard. Dave Kite, working on some VR things, but alongside other things at the moment. Yeah, I was working a lot in VR field, but at the moment, as I was working mostly for events, VR applications for events and things like that, and all the businesses doesn't exist, so I will be trying to also do some things more, some kind of applications. I was thinking about making my VR movie, not my VR train, if you saw it. I was thinking into creating it like a VR application, but I'm not sure. Some kind of a game. But I actually didn't work very much into gaming. I mostly work on VR and industrial applications, things like that, or gaming for small casual games for events, things like that. Yeah, so this will need some time to get rendered. So I think that today I'll be shutting down this streaming. Yeah, shutting down this because I forgot to save my project. And this is it's always important to save your project. So thank you for coming. I'm hoping that it will be that I will see you soon, everybody. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Hermanator. Thank you, Ian. And thank you, Morton. Hope to see you soon. Bye.